A search folder in Outlook is not a physical folder in the way that an inbox is or the sent items are. It's not a folder in which items are stored. It's a virtual folder in that it will show you items in Outlook that match a certain criteria in one view or one folder. For example, if you are in the folders view in your folders pane and you scroll down, you will see that you have some search folders. The search folders that I've got, for example, are any emails larger than 5 megs. So as soon as I click that search folder, irrespective of what folder these emails are sitting in, it will give me quickly a list of any emails greater than 5 megs. And I can see them here grouped by 1 to 5 megs, 5 to 10, and 10 to 25. I can also see what folder they are actually based in, so I can quickly check for any emails that have large attachments greater than 5 megs. I've also got a search folder here to quickly show me a list of any emails that are older than 24 months. And again, it tells me what folder they physically are sitting in, as opposed to, any emails that are older than 36 months. It will also give me a quick view or a quick list of all files or all emails that are older than 36 months. So it's a quick way of viewing all emails in one folder that match a certain criteria. I recently had a phone call from a lady, for example, who wanted to see all the emails in her inbox and all the emails in her sent items in one view, so that she could sort them by date and see everything that had gone out and come in regarding a certain topic. To create a search folder, and that was the answer to her question, I would actually go to Folder and I would actually choose to create a new search folder. Or you could right-click search folders and just say new search folder. This new search folder, I'm going to create a custom search folder, and I'm going to choose a criteria. I'll give it a name first of all, and that is Combine Inbox and Sent Items. That's the name of the search folder. I'd like to add a criteria, and the criteria would be if I was searching for a certain word or I was searching from a certain account, and maybe I am searching for a certain account. Maybe I'm searching for pane C at extra.co.nz. So it's whatever criteria you need in here. And then under Browse, you tell it what folders to browse. I want to browse the inbox, plus I want to browse the sent items. So any emails in the inbox and the sent items that deal with that email address. And if I click OK, and OK, and OK, eventually it will load that sort of information. So straight away I'm seeing all emails in the inbox and in the sent items that refer to that email address. So search folders could be quite useful if you're trying to find all emails that match a certain criteria, and they could physically exist in a number of folders. Now, going back to my inbox, junk mail is an issue for most email owners. When you receive an email from somebody or some domain that you're not wanting anymore, you can right click it and you can go to junk and you can actually block the sender. If you block the sender, it means that any emails from that email address will now go straight out of your inbox and straight into the junk email folder, which you will find here. At any point in time, you may want to right-click the junk email and go actually into the junk email properties. Now, if I go into the properties, and that's not where I want to go, I'm just going to go this way. So I'm going to right-click, I'll go to junk, and I'll go into junk email options. The idea here is you can check for any block senders. You may have accidentally added an email address or a domain name, and now you just don't get emails from that person. They're automatically blocked. And so you may wish to remove a person who's listed in here that you don't want to block. You may also want to set them up as a safe sender, so you can add anybody who you consider to be safe and a safe recipient. You can manage anybody who's blocked, and you can set your junk email options. For example, you may make it that you have a low level of junk email management, which means it'll move the most obvious junk emails to the junk email folder. Or you can set it to high. Most junk email is caught, but some regular email may be caught up as well. So you need to check your junk email folder often if you choose this option here. I have mine on no. I will block. I will say who I want blocked. You can also ask it to permanently delete suspected junk mail instead of moving it to the junk email folder. So be very, very careful. You often hear of somebody saying, oh, it ended up in my junk email folder, that's why I didn't see it. You need to check your junk email folder often, and you need to decide what setting is best for you, and be very wary about permanently deleting. You need to check also any block senders and make sure you're happy with that. Junk email is managed by you. You can also manage emails using rules. Now the idea here is when you receive an email, you can right click and you can go to move and you can, rules, and you can create a rule on the fly. So always move messages from this person or always move messages to this person. And you can create a rule and very quickly say anything from Gordon is to be moved to a folder, and then you can browse and you can select that folder, and that's a quick rule. Cancel, or you can either make a new folder. So a quick rule can be done with just a right click. Just simply right click and go into rules and then just create a rule. But if you want to create a more complex rule or a more general rule, you can go into manage rules and alert. This is done through a right click, or it's also on the home tab, and in the rules button you can manage rules and alerts this way as well. What you have here is you have the ability to see what rules are in play and to turn them off and turn them on. You can also create your own rule. So I can create a new rule and I can apply this rule on messages I receive. And next. I might say if it's got specific words in the subject, that's when I want to move it. And down here I can say what those specific words are. So if I'm getting a lot of emails regarding, say, prescription medication, I'll say if it contains the word prescription medication, add that. So you can keep adding more and more words and phrases, but I'll stop with that and OK. So I want to apply this rule after a message arrives with prescription medication in the subject, and next. I want to move it to a specific folder, or I want to assign a specific category, or I can delete it. You can do all sorts of things with it. So I might delete it, and next to that. I can create exceptions if that's relevant, and next to that, and then I give it a name. So this will just be delete prescription medicine in subject. I can run this rule on my inbox now, and I can turn this rule on, and I can create this rule on all of my accounts and finish. So I've created a rule, the most recent being at the top, and I can go OK. So you can make it that if an email comes in with certain keywords in the subject, or certain keywords in the subject and the body, or has come in from a certain person, all sorts of conditions, and you can say that you want to delete it, you want to move it, you want to flag it, all sorts of actions you can do. If I want to check my rules, I'll go back into rules and manage rules, and I'll select this particular rule and I'll delete this rule, and yes. So a lot of these, for example, are emails that I keep getting and I don't want to receive them anymore, so I actually create a rule to delete them.